we teach knives, a lot of times we teach the high knife the same as the low knife, and that's not how it works. All right? So I want him to flip it and then stab in low. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So I see a lot of people, you don't have to flip it this time, just open it. Teach this technique like this. That's the line, okay? And if he really pokes in, he still gets me. So I see people still teaching like this. Hit, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, strike. Okay? So, if he was stabbing high, hit, I wouldn't go like that. I just slip my body. You see, and I still see people teaching the same way. And it's ineffective, and it's a good way to get your students hurt if they actually wind up in this position. So it's a low technique. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back, that's a wrist lock. Here, cut. So I don't want here, see how the knife, you don't see the knife out here? So that's important. Next thing is, it's a ricochet. Hit, 1, 2, 3. I hit, break. So he has no time to adapt to being thrown off balance. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So I don't have to, I see off the front foot, hit, we're like, I want to attack like this. I don't need to, I'm effective right there. I hit, it drops his head, that unhinges his jaw, that breaks his elbow. Even, next thing is, as I go here, he throws that next punch. You see, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Go slow. Hit. 1, 2. Look at my stance. Look what I'm doing. I haven't moved. Here. 1, 3, 4. Here. You gotta move. You can't stand there and do this. I'm a sitting target. Move, flow, move. I want him now to flip the knife, come in, go ahead and do your technique. So as I flip, I come in, he goes here. I want that hand to come around. Okay, now, almost everybody looks for the punch. Don't look for the punch, just know that as he flips, hit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, boom. Now I can add to this technique. Hit, 1, he goes here. Okay, I don't, I just go into the break. Okay, I could elbow, but I really want to attack the arm that's trying to cut me. So you guys don't get to do this because a lot of you don't have the flip knives, but everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes. You should learn to identify that sound. Close your eyes. Keep them closed. There you go. So you need to identify that sound, all right, in a split second. And that means while you're doing a technique, sometimes I'll walk around while they're doing their DMs, and all of a sudden I'll flick that knife because the person behind you could be coming up to stab you in the kidney, right?
Yes, sir.
So these are, what's the word I'm looking for? Being alert drills, you know? You're doing a technique, and all of a sudden you hear that. You see, so you know. Okay, so again, I want here, and remember, if this person has a knife like this, he's a trained fighter. That's a whole different can of worms. Most people are going to show you the knife because they want to intimidate you. Keep that in mind. Part of that is the intimidation factor. I'm going to give you a high knife, but it's going to be, my right foot is forward, he stabs, I go here, here, here. And then we're going to work on sweeping and kicking. Okay? Now, up. I'm going this way, and believe me, when somebody does have a knife, I can make the choice of stance that I want. You know, if I'm in this and I don't feel comfortable, I can, hey, I don't want any trouble. And I can get my hands up and shift into a position that I want. I may not be able to go this way. He has a partner. There's a wall there. There's a car there. Okay? So this one is a high. So my right foot is forward. As he comes in, 1, 2, 3. This is going to come up as I sweep and kick. Up. Again, to me, these are ricochets. Hit. 1, 2, 3. As soon as I hit and his head's coming down, I want to hit him. So I have the jawline, the neck, the temple, but it's just 1, 2, 3. Okay, that chicken wing. All right? But make sure that as he's falling, I let go, because if I keep a hold of him as he falls, his weight can pull the knife right through my hand and cut me, either my hand or that, okay? So let's work that technique, and then we're going to put both techniques together. As he stabs in, I'm working this technique, but he pulls back and then slashes, and we're going to go here. So as soon as I go here, he pulls, I'm breaking, striking. That's the jawline again. Okay? So you say, but you took that part out. Well, I took a lot out. I didn't get the back fist in, I didn't get this, but I went from, go slow.
Yes, sir.
I went from, whoops, excuse me, wrong technique. I went from here, here, and then he comes in here, you see, or boom. So then I'm going into it. So I'm just trying to take two techniques and put them together so that something happens, okay? So as soon as I got here, he pulls, boom, 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 okay? You have to practice that because he may be darting at me. He may not even be trying to get me at first. I go to defend, and all of a sudden the knife isn't there. You know, he may be prodding. Does that make sense? So you have to work a couple of ways.
Sir, is the knife against two low stabs, or is it low then high?
It can be whatever. I didn't give you a second thing. It could be a slash. Okay? Yeah, so that's, it depending on how my partner stabs, means I'm going to adjust at that moment. Okay? So now I'll go off of a slashing. Okay, so from here, it's a high hit. I go 1, 2, same thing here, but now I'm going behind, right, strike here. Take out the knee, and I can just kick and get rid of them. Up. I do it a different way just to practice the hook kick.
Yes, sir.
So I'll demonstrate it, but it may not be realistic. Hit, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, take the arm here, I take the knee down, and I stomp, okay? That's just because I like that hollow sound when you hit them in the chest with a heel kick. You know, it's like a head hitting the ground. It's like that melon sound, you know? It just sounds good.
It's a special feeling.
It's a special feeling. Okay? 1, 2. So you notice that when I block a lot, I'm striking. And the reason is, if I went here and then I go here, he could come in with that other hand. You see? So when I block, I strike a lot, fast, here, out of 21, here, shuto, arm, take, and just get rid of them. Okay? One more time. This way. Hit 1, 2, 3. Now, as I've hit, he could be moving on me, and that's why I go here. So that's why I would do that. See, so watch how he moves. He goes in, 1, 2, he moves on me, I move.
Still behind.
Yeah, so I'm learning to move with him. Is here, here, as I go here, and I go here. I want to go here because I can always just old man kick him and pull him back as I do that. So I don't have to do a side blade where I'm releasing the knife, because he shouldn't have the knife if I did it right, I broke. But let's say he does, then I would attack this way. You see, so I would here, so I'm not letting go of the knife. Same knife techniques, and then I'll give you some other stuff to work. Left foot is forward. So his first objective is, he wants to fool me, so he jabs, and then he stabs. Okay, so I always say, I know that when I flip the knife out, he looks at the knife, 1, 2, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in and stab and try to gut him, okay? Now, you can tell Matthew's trained on this a while because he didn't get cut, so he did well, okay? So, again, remember the flick, the knife, it kind of gets my attention. I always say, don't look at the knife, he flicks. Then he punches, and then he goes here, and then go back into that knife technique. And I wouldn't do the whole knife technique. I would just use, what I do a lot, is work something a few times. He flicks it, 1, 2, 3, okay? But if I'm just staring at the knife, I don't see that hook, I don't see that punch. Now, let's say he jabs, and now he does a slash. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, then we go back into that knife technique. Most of the key here is movement and strike as you defend. Do not defend and then go for a strike because we're on equal ground.